guys, I'm Gooner here to give you my preview for Sheffield United versus Arsenal, back after the international break, of course, and a start of a very busy fixture schedule for the Arsenal. Starting off on a Monday night at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United, they are a very difficult team to play against. You don't really know what team you're going to get. They've only won one game at home in the league all season, which was in August. I think it was their first home game of the season in August. They're more of an away side, it seems, this season. They got a great result at Goodison Park, winning 2-0 away from home against Everton. Drew 2 at Stamford Bridge as well. But in their last home game, they, probably, in fact, should have, got at least a point against, league leaders Liverpool. Were very unlucky. A mistake from Dean Henderson cost them a point against Liverpool and got Liverpool to 3 points. So these lot are no mugs at all. Be a very, very difficult game. But we've got some really positive team news that will surely help us win this game. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to Arsenal at the minute. There's a lot of positives, quite a few negatives people trying to point out. The way I see it, right, didn't we have a chance to really talk too much in that Bournemouth monstrosity of a review? Sorry about that. Anyway, after the Bournemouth game, obviously this is a results business, and at the moment Arsenal are getting results, but the performances really need to improve, and that's what I really hope that we will see now after the international break. I hope Emery sat down and thought about it, and maybe tactics will change, the way we set up against teams. We don't go too defensive. Maybe he can reignite Ozil in the team. There's talks that he said in his press conference that he's going to be doing that, which is great to hear. But main news, really, I did say in that Bournemouth preview was that we were getting results, but we're also without our main defensive line. Kieran Tierney was still out injured, but he's been recovering in Europa games and in the League Cup. Bellerin also not back to full fitness. They are back in full contention, and to add to that, also we've got Rob Holding back in contention, and we've also got Alex Lacazette, who apparently is in contention as well. So this is great news. Unfortunately, the one setback we do have is for young Reece Nelson, who is out till November. A shame for him. Realistically, I was hoping he could get a few games in the team, especially with Pepe not exactly firing at the minute. But it could give Pepe a couple more games to hopefully hit the ground running. Basically what he has been lacking is the goals for Arsenal. Hopefully he can add that to his game. But of course, he's only played 9 games in the Premier League, so you've got to give this guy time. Anyway, like I said, that's positive team news. I've gone through positive, negative team news. The Ozil situation, obviously. And all that. But, like I mentioned, Sheffield United, they're no mugs. Obviously, their hero is the one, the only Billy Sharp. He doesn't really start for them now. He's in his 30s, early 30s, nearly mid-30s. But I think he's got the third most goals in all in top 5 English leagues over the last 4 years or something like that. It's a crazy stat, really. Look it up. The guy's insane. He did score a winner for Sheffield United this season, but he's only been coming off the bench as a cameo. But he is a leader for their team, and he's a great person to have around the place. I am worried that he might end up scoring the winner against us. It would be typical Arsenal to do that. Of course, the last time we played Sheffield United at Bramall Lane was in 2006. I can't remember for the life of me who scored the winner for them, but all I remember is it ended with Phil Jagielka in goal after Paddy Kenny got injured and Sheffield United used all their subs, meaning Jagielka had to come in as a replacement goalkeeper, and they hang on and they won the game 1-0. Hopefully that won't happen again. Hopefully we can get the 3 points on Monday night and continue continue where we left off, really, against Bournemouth. That 1-0 win was a very dull 1-0 win, but we still won the game. But like I've mentioned, with players coming back, our first team looking in the shape that we want it to be, and if Unai plays the players that we should be playing in the right positions, then the performances will hopefully come. If not, then I think it might be the same as last season, where we've kind of been given a false hope. We've got a good run of games coming up as well. Obviously, you've got Sheffield United. We've got other games in there as well, which are they're winnable games. They're very winnable games, realistically. We've got Palace at home after this. Okay, we've got Liverpool away in the cup, but that's in the cup. Wolves at home, very tough game. Obviously, we drew at home against Wolves last season and we lost away. But Wolves were also, it's a winnable game, definitely. Leicester away, okay, that is a difficult game, but should really be getting 3 points if we want to be getting in the top four. Southampton at home, expecting to win that. Norwich away, expected to win that. Brighton at home, expected to win that. West Ham away, expected to win that. And then that's all the way from the 15th of December, where we've got Manchester City at home. That's 8 games where I expect us, if we want to be taken seriously, to at least get 7 wins and 1 draw. I'll take a draw at Leicester because they're a very tough team to face. They've obviously got their own ambitions of top 4 this season, and they are a contender in my opinion. So I would take at least 7 wins out of 8, and that 8th being a draw, going on to facing Manchester City on the 15th of December. So we need to make sure we start after this international break now with a win against Sheffield United. Now, my 1 to 11 is an interesting 1 to 11, and I'll tell you why. In goal, obviously, stay with Bernd Leno. He's our main goalkeeper. Obviously, Emi Martinez, he's knocking on the door. Got his first call up for Argentina. I'm actually not sure whether he actually featured at all, but it was good to see that he got in the Argentina first team national side, which is, good on him. Leno in goal. Got his clean sheet against Bournemouth before the international break. Hasn't really put a foot wrong recently. So for me, even though he's got Martinez trying to fight him for that number 1 spot, for me, Leno is still our number 1 goalkeeper, so he will be in goal. Now, back 4. Kieran Tierney, it's been announced by Unai Emery he's in contention to start. Therefore, he's starting this game for me. Kieran Tierney at left back. Unai said he's ready for a full match team. The under-23s are playing tonight. Well, I'm recording this on Friday. I don't know whether I'm actually going to put it out on Friday. But as I'm recording this, the team news for the under-23s have just been announced. And there's no Tierney, there's no Bellerin, and there's no Holding at all featuring in the under-23s. Meaning they must be able to at least go on the bench, if not start the game, on Monday. So that's great news, really. And Kieran Tierney left back. He will be our starting left back. And it'd be great to see him doing those diagonal runs, crossing in balls to like sort of Aubameyang, Lacazette, maybe even Pepe. And it's just nice, great to have a fullback that can actually cross a ball and also trap back when needed and defend resiliently, which would be great to see. Now, right back, Hector Bellerin for me. Now, this is very difficult because Callum Chambers, in Bellerin's absence over the last few games, well, this whole season has been, I think a lot of people think he's average, but for me, he does a job and he does it well. Obviously, he's a very versatile player, similar to Maitland-Niles, apart from Maitland-Niles can't really play centre-half. And Chambers is more of a defensive player, obviously, than Maitland-Niles, who is a midfielder. So, you've got Callum Chambers, who's obviously come in for Maitland-Niles in recent weeks. And he's done a really good job at right back, right? I don't want to take him out, but I don't know. My question in the video is, does Callum Chambers deserve to keep his place in this Arsenal team? Bear in mind with, Tierney coming back, Holding coming back, and Bellerin coming back. I think he definitely deserves to be in the team. I just don't know where. So that's my question in the video. Should Chambers start against Sheffield United? If so, in which position and for who? Let me know in the comments down below. So, right back, I am going to go Hector Bellerin. He's our main choice right back. And I know it is very, very unlucky on Callum Chambers, but also he can play on Thursday. Centre-halves, now, of course, this is always going to cause a debate. For me, Rob Holding should start this game, and alongside him should be David Luiz. Now, only reason why David Luiz is in this team is because he had a great performance against Bournemouth, and I think that's warranted for the start. I know I'm contradicting myself with what I'm saying about Chambers. For me, it's got to be Chambers or Holding. Socrates, I think, has been too inconsistent in the last few games. I think David Luiz just edges in based on the fact that he scored the winner for us. I know it sounds stupid, but he got the match-winning goal and he got us 3 points. And also he kept a clean sheet alongside, it was alongside Socrates. But I think you've got to put Holding straight back in. for me. Obviously, he played 90 minutes in the cup or so before the international break, and like I just said, they would have had full training, getting ready and getting pumped up for the game on Monday. So they're fully prepared and they're right back in contention. It's competition for places again, and it should be really, really healthy. So, Holding and Louise would be my two centre halves, but I would be more than happy to see Chambers come in for Louise. For me, it would be very difficult to drop either of the two, so it would probably be Holding, Louise, or Chambers. So, yeah, that's my back four. In the midfield now, obviously, we've got the whole Mesut Ozil looks like he's back in Emery's good books. But we'll see whether that is actually the case or not, because Emery sometimes has a habit of saying things in his press conference, and then you look at the starting lineup and you're thinking, where the hell is Ozil, or where the hell is this player, etc. So, with that being said, defensive midfield, not Granit Xhaka, Lucas Torreira. Now, I know it will be Granit Xhaka, but for me, Lucas Torreira, he's not an 8, he's not a 10, he's a defensive midfielder, and we've got to play him there. So for me, Lucas Torreira is my defensive midfielder. Now, kind of the box-to-box type player, for me, was our player of the month for September, of course, and that is Matteo Guendouzi. He's been absolutely outstanding this season. One of my favourite players to watch this season, obviously alongside Aubameyang. I think Guendouzi's probably been our second best player this season. Very consistent, of course, still young, but a great player. And I think he deserves to keep his place. And of course, it would be alongside Torreira, but it'll probably be alongside Xhaka. So, like I'm saying, my predicted 11, Torreira and Guendouzi, just in front of the defenders. Now, in the attacking midfield position / centre mid role, we've got three options here. We've got Joe Willock, Dani Ceballos, or Mesut Ozil. For me, because Mesut Ozil hasn't featured at all in the 18-man squad, I can see Emery should, at the very least, put him on the bench. And I've said this the whole time. I don't think he should necessarily go straight back into the first team. I think put him on the bench to make an impact for now. Obviously, best case scenario, I'd want our best players to start, meaning I want Ozil to start. But Willock and Ceballos, especially Willock, I think does really deserve a starting spot. But then Ceballos as well kind of does as well. So it's a bit like a double-edged sword, because you know Joe Willock's going to play on Thursday. So we'll take out Willock, unfortunately, because you know he will start on Thursday. So you've got Ceballos or Ozil. For me, I could see Ozil being on the bench, and I could see Ceballos starting this game. So that's going to be my midfield three of Torreira, Guendouzi and Ceballos. And then just in front of them, Saka, of course, I will have to drop out for what I'm about to say. I think he's been great considering his age, got full of potential, and will have a very bright future with Arsenal. But for me, you've got to bring back Lacazette in. He was on form anyway. And this is only if he's fully match fit, because obviously when we did bring him back in before the start of the season, he's not been 100% at all. Now, if he isn't 100%, I wouldn't start him at all, really. Or at least give him 45 minutes and maybe start him and then sub him off at 60 minutes, which he might do. So, if he's fully fit, I'm going Lacazette as our main striker, which means Aubameyang, who was, of course, the Premier League's Player of the Month for September. Congratulations to Aubameyang, of course. We'll have to go out on the left, unfortunately. This is just the way it is. He contributes to Laka's game really well as Laka does to Aubameyang. And I think with Lacazette being back, can only make Arsenal stronger, obviously. Now, on the right, I could have given Nelson a chance, but since Nelson unfortunately picked up an injury, Pepe gets another chance at right wing. And now, I'm not getting too worried about Pepe. I do think a lot of people I know at uni, especially, think that he won't come good, he's a flop, he's this, he's that. But Omri took about 10 to 12 games to get his first goal for Arsenal. Pepe has got a goal, albeit it was a penalty. He needs to get that goal from open play, I think, or even a free kick, if you can take him. Just to build his confidence up, he actually scored for Ivory Coast in the international break, assisted by Wilfried Zaha, believe it or not. Hopefully that could give him confidence to come back to Arsenal and start doing what we paid the money for him to do with us, with Lille. He was great with Lille, and the reason why we paid £72 million for him as a club record signing was because he was brilliant for Lille last season. And it's going to take time, and I do think it will come. Hopefully, it will come in this game. But like I said, very difficult game. It's away from home. It's Bramall Lane. It's Monday night. We've actually never won there. I think we've only played about 5 times at Bramall Lane in the league, and I think we've won none, drawn 2 and lost 3. So it's time to put that right, Arsenal. Massive 3 points needed. It'd be great to see a good performance as well. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be up there. I was planning on maybe going, but, plans kind of fell through, and it is what it is. So I will be doing my review straight after the game. So look forward to that. Like this video if you've enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. I've been a true Gooner. My score prediction is Sheffield United 1, Arsenal 2, and peace.